Hey, Jessica.
I am so.
There she is.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking everywhere for a link, and I was like, "Where the heck is the link?" I am.
Hello.
Hi.
I apologize. I was like, "Where's the link, y'all? I don't know where it is." Okay, fine. I found it. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Hey.
Hey.
What is up? Okay. So I'm sorry I'm a little late to this party, but we're about to get started.
Time out.
Yeah.
When I created the meeting, I did it as like recording. So it's already recording. Will that come to you or me? Me, right?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Because you're like
Okay, I gotcha.
according to Zoom. Okay. So tonight we're gonna talk about planning out your month, which is so important. So raise your hand if you've ever felt at the beginning of the month overwhelmed. Okay.
I can't raise my hand.
Raise your hand at the beginning of the month that you have ever felt like you don't know what you're gonna do to do it again. Like you're scared that it's not gonna work again. Me, definitely. Okay, so here's the first thing I'm gonna say tonight is I think it's super important for us to get in the mindset that it just doesn't end. The month didn't end. It didn't start over. You don't have to rebuild. You're just going to keep doing the same things that you've been doing all month long. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want us to put in our minds tonight and think about hey, it's not over. It didn't end. All that we did last month didn't just, whatever. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It's just the beginning, and we're building every single month more and more. So the first thing I want to talk about is setting goals. But I think it's so important. So first we're going to talk about setting your monthly goals. So let's say that you have a goal of, so I always like to set a goal for rank. What rank do you want to go for that month? Do you want to re-qualify for pink? Do you want to go blue? Do you want to go green? Whatever that is, you write that down. So you write down what rank you want. And then I kind of think about, how many PRs do I want this month? Do I want 1,000? Do I want 500? What do you want? So according to what rank you're going for, obviously your PRs are going to be a little different. But for everybody, that's different. But I write that down. So whatever that number is for you, I write down that. Also write down how many new people I want to sponsor. So if you want to add 3 new girls to your team, then you write that down, okay? Or 4 new girls or 2 new girls, whatever that is for you. So in tonight's call, I'm just going to shoot you all straight. These are for my business builders. These are for my girls who want to run. This is what this call is about. So I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all know that it's really for my girls that want to run and build a business. So rank, PRs, new sponsors, and another goal that I like to write down is my number of lives, because I don't know if y'all are like me, but I'm scared of lives. Lives scare me. And so if I don't write a goal down and if I don't write a number down, then I won't do lives because I don't want to. They scare me. So if I don't make a goal for myself, I'm not going to do it. So that's another thing that I always write down. And those are monthly. So sometimes we write down those monthly goals and they scare the crap out of us, right? Because you have a number that's 1,000 in PRs and you're like, what the world? $1,000? That's crazy or whatever. And so you're not sure how to hit that goal. I'll back up a little bit too. You also, depending on what rank you're going for, so if you're going for pink, you need $2,000 in company sales. So I write that goal down too, okay? So you have your big month goals and you've wrote these out and they're big, hairy, scary goals and they look like you can't achieve them, right? They look crazy and you're just scared of them. Well, then I like to break them down into weekly goals, okay? So my weekly goals. What do I need to do every single week? So first of all, if you look at that rank, there's a tracker, and we can post it later in the group with. But basically what we did is we like to use that tracker, and you can break it down into weekly goals. So let's say you're going for pink this month. Every single week, you and your company need to do $500, right? Because there's 4 weeks in a month, and you do $500 a week. So you have to break that down. $500 a week sounds more doable, right? For a whole company. So if you have 4 girls on your team, then what is that? $125 a person, right? That's not that bad. So you can break them down into weekly goals and then between the girls on your team. So that's not really that bad when 4 of you only have to sell $125. I could be totally wrong in this math, so y'all just laugh at me. Like, I'm doing this in my head, okay? So that's my first thing. So think about that rank and break it down to weekly goals. How much do you and your team need to sell every single week? Okay? Then I look about my PRs and I said, okay, Hayley, you said that you wanted to sell $1,000, right? So you want to sell $1,000. Well, that means that I need to sell $250 every single week. $250 sounds more doable, right? A lot of you did $500 in 5 days. So if you can, yeah, look at y'all. Some of y'all did that. So think about it. So $250 every single week would give you 1,000 PRs, which I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 1,000 PRs is a huge deal. A lot of people don't get to 1,000 PRs. I mean, that's a lot. So, but if you think about it and you break it down in those weekly goals of 250, that's doable, right? That's doable. That's more achievable. Okay, so then I think about new sponsors. So if you said you wanted to sponsor 4 girls this month, well, that's 1 girl a week, right? 1 girl a week. So that means that you need to think about that throughout your week. What are you doing each day to get your 1 girl that you want to sponsor? I'm not sure who's playing music. If I find you, I'll mute you, but so anyway, I don't know who you are, but it's fine. So 1 girl a week you need to sponsor. So we're going to talk about posting and all that stuff in a minute, but we're just going to break these down. And then your number of lives. So for me, I think I said, I can't remember what my goal was, but let's just throw a goal out there. You want to do 12 lives this month. Well, then that's 3 lives a week, right? So you need to do that. Whether you want to do your lives on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever you want to do your lives on, that's fine. Just put them on your calendar. Hold yourself accountable to them because they're doable. So that's the first thing. So let's see, where was I at? Okay, so after you've set your monthly goals, you've broken those monthly goals down into weekly goals. So now I like to think about my team just for a second. So at the beginning of the month, what I do is once I write down those monthly goals and those weekly goals, then I like to write down my A team. I like to write down my girls that I know are going for a promotion that month. What do they want to achieve? Do they really want a high PRs? Are they going for pink? Are they going for blue or yellow or whatever that is? So I like to write down my A team because those are the girls that are going to help you in the hard times throughout the month. Those are the girls you're going to rally with. And number 2, that's who you want to do your best to help achieve, right? So, we want ourselves to be successful, but you're not really successful if your girls aren't successful, right? Because you want your team to succeed. So I always write down my A team. I want to write down my girls that I know are going after something because I want to run alongside them this month. So I write down my A team and I write down what goal they're going for. I do this all before the month ever starts, okay? So I do this on the 30th, okay? Way before the month ever starts. So that's what I do. Well, then day 1 starts of the month and the kudos is announced. So once my kudos is announced, I want to go ahead and I want to think about how can I upsell that kudos? How can I make that kudos just jam up? So I go on a brainstorming sesh with myself. So this one, we have the mixed lip. I still can't tell you the name of it. Okay, I just know what it is. So you have your 3 splash lippies and your lip liner, and you have your lip liner. So you get to look at those kudos and think about, okay, well, how can I make this kudos super special? What can I offer with it? Whatever. So I like to brainstorm. I think about, I write down all my ideas. So I have a live of swatching all the colors that I have. Maybe I'll do a live with a different bold lip look and an eye look. For me, I'm going to do a lip and eye series. So I got all 6 of the new shades. And so I'm going to take every new shade from that lip series and do a lip and eye look with that particular splash lipstick. So You can do whatever you want with it. Be creative. The first 3 days of the month, what I did was to make it, fun and exciting. I offered a freebie with my kudos with it. So, and I think a lot of you did too. So I offered either an eye primer, an exfoliator, or something else. One other thing. So I offered a freebie with my product, and basically I used YCash for that. So make sure that, that's another thing, like another day, but I definitely use my YCash to my customers' advantage, to be able to use that to help myself get sales and all that good stuff. So I use that the first 3 days of the month. YCash, I'll be honest, I hardly ever use it for myself. Ever. I really don't use it on myself a lot because I want to use it to spoil my customers. So if I have it, I normally turn it right back around, and that's what I use to get my sales with. It is what it is. You can totally do that however you want to do it. But personally, for me, that's what I do. So I use that for the first 3 days of the month. So I did that. I'm going to do a lip and eye series. Every day I'm posting about it. Every time I do my makeup this month, I'm using it as a exactly. Every order you get, mute yourself if you can, please. Okay. So, and like Whitney said, every time you make a purchase, your YCash is coming right back around to you. So it really just comes back right around. So it's super simple and super easy. So I really enjoy that. So however you can upsell your kudos, make you a list. Make you a list of what you want to do every single day. Personally, I think you should post about the kudos every day, at least one post. That's what I think, because it's the kudos. Like, it's cool. Like, you're saving some money. I think it's about $23 this month. So I think one post a day on that is important. Like I said, every time I'm doing my makeup this month, I'm using a Splash liquid lipstick because that's what it's about. So I'll post a selfie with my Splash liquid lipstick on. You can really find any ways. I mean, some girls are even doing it on their eyes. There's a mixed lip love something kudos group you can be in right now. Tons of different looks and things in there right now. If you want me to add you to that, let me know. So there's like a ton of different ways you can do that. So that's what I was going to talk about, pumping up the kudos. Yes. So kudos are different for me. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think too. Another rant of mine is, like, I think the kudos are super important, but also, like, it's a sale from the company and you're not losing commission. You're not losing anything from it. And I think that is why it's important. And if you're freaking out right now and you're like, well, I haven't sold a kudos yet. How often have you taught about the Splash liquid lipsticks? Have you taught about them a lot before? Have you used them a lot before? No. So it's really kind of a new product to your market, to your customers, because they haven't seen you using them a lot. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't use them a lot before this month. I don't. So I think that, if it's the 6th, it might take a little bit of time for your customers to warm up to the liquid lipstick idea. So it's going to take you consistently posting about them every single day, because to them, that's a new product. They haven't seen you wear that yet. So they don't know much about it. So I would just make that, I'm throwing that out there to you guys for anybody that's like feeling like, well, I can't sell this kudos. Have you even wore it yet? Have you been showing your customers about it? I know I haven't. So it's going to take a little time to warm them up. Okay, so speaking of all that, I want to talk about what are you going to post about. So things that you're going to post about for the month. I hear a lot of the same questions all the time, like, I can't sponsor. I hear that, oh my gosh, I hear that statement all the time. I love y'all, but I hear that all the time. I can't sponsor a single person, or no one wants to join my team, or I just can't sell a kudos, or whatever. And the truth is that I do the same thing, so I'm preaching to the choir, is a lot of times we'll take the I can't sponsor statement. Do I post about sponsoring every single day? Am I consistent with posting about sponsoring every single day? Do I talk about the opportunity every single day? No, I don't. And so if I'm not sponsoring, it's not really my market's fault. That's not their fault. That's my fault, because I should be that opportunity out there more often. So that's the first thing that I would say. I would say, are you talking about the opportunity every day consistently? It doesn't have to be a join my team post. It can be like today, I think I posted a picture of me planning out this team call and just talking about it, like what my team's doing this month and how proud I am of them. I didn't say like join my team, you know, or anything like that. I was just like, gosh, like I love these ladies. I love what I do. I love planning team calls for this team. And that was really cool. Or I think Jessica, I don't know if Jessica's on here, but she posted a picture of her holding her Y card today and her Walmart trip. That's cool because your unique card paid for your Walmart trip. I mean, that really is, those are the things that people want to see. So it doesn't have to be a join my team, a $99 picture of the presenter's kit. Personally, that wouldn't attract me. I'm just going to be honest. That wouldn't attract me. So be creative with it. Like, what's it doing for your family? Like Stacy, I think her son, she paid for his braces with it. So, hey, you're at the orthodontist appointment with your son. You take a selfie with you and your son and like, hey, like, you know, like I'm so thankful that I could afford this appointment today for my son's braces. Whatever that is, I mean, of course it's not all about money. So if it's like community, you know, our next team hang's coming out on the 10th. So post a picture of a Snapchat that you took with your girlfriends a couple months ago last time we hung out and talk about the community and why you love your Y sisters so much. So, you know, whatever that is. Let me see what this comment said. Yeah, exactly. You know, say no to stock photos. No to stock photos. We're not going to use stock photos. It's not what it's about. People really want to see you. So I don't know what that is. I mean, I think a couple months back, I posted a picture of me leaving the Starbucks drive-thru with my Y card, and I was like, gosh, like, thankful for my Starbucks fix, you know, with my Y card today. Whatever that is, I don't know what it is, but any little thing that you enjoy from this business, make it into a post. Make it about something that you can share, because I think that is so important. So that was the first thing I want to say is every day throughout your month, post about sponsoring. Post about your team. Post about why you love your team. Something like that. Okay, so one post every day should be about your sponsoring. Another post every single day should be about the kudos. But I don't want to see stock photos of the kudos. No, say no to that. I want to see you wearing the kudos with your Splash Liquid Lipstick. I want to see you doing a live with a Splash Liquid Lipstick. I want to see you offering a deal with the Splash Liquid Lipstick. I want to see you, whatever that is, what new look with a Splash Liquid Lipstick that you want to post about and share about. Whatever, like I want to see you swatching them and showing people different colors. You know, like, don't use stock photos. Now, I know that we can do them sometimes, and you, like, maybe put a picture of you beside the photo or whatever. I mean, I do that, too, and that's okay? But I just want to make sure that we are definitely putting ourselves in in many pictures with the kudos as we can, and I do think that's an important selling point that you should do every single day. So, one sponsoring, one kudos, and then another thing that is so important, I think you should do at least every other day, is a goal update. Update your Facebook family about what goal you're going for. I think, you know, every other day is sufficient, but definitely a goal. So if it's the 6 right now and you're 5% to green, like, you share that. If it's the 6 right now and you're 20% to pink, like, share that. You know, like, I think that's so important because that's going to get people behind you. So as maybe redundant as that sounds, or as scary as that sounds, or as whatever to you, put that out there, because what you put out into your market, I truly believe that those girls are going to get behind you, that your market's going to get behind you, and they want to rally you until you hit your goal. You guys will be so surprised at, like, how many people truly do want to see you hit your goal. People aren't against you guys. They're not. They really do want you to succeed. And I think that's super important. You know, I think a lot of people get scared about that sometimes because you don't want to put your percent out there because, God forbid, somebody know that you may be a little behind or whatever. I know I was the first time I hit green. I was super behind. I was like at 63%, like 5 days to go or something. But I put it out there, and that was a long way to go, but it was so awesome. Like, people got behind me, people were rallying, people really wanted to see me succeed. And so I just really encourage anybody with a goal that you put that out there and start now. Start now. Don't wait till 5 days before the month's over, or wait until, like, it's almost too late. Like, start now. Go ahead and declare, like, this is my goal. This is what I'm going to achieve, and I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to get as many people behind me rallying with me to make it happen as possible. So I think that's super duper important. So I was going to make a calendar today for you guys, like a posting calendar, but the truth is that I was going to make it, and then as I started making it, I realized that it just seemed kind of like repetitive. Like, we post about the same things a lot, but the truth is that that's what it takes. Like, that is what it takes. So, like I said, every day, kudos, team sponsoring, goal updates. I think that's super important. So, a typical day, there's no secrets. There's not. I don't have any secrets for any one of you. None. What you see is what you get. It's just a lot of hustle. So, basically, like, a normal posting day for me is I'll wake up and I'll do, like, a quote just to, like, kick off the day. It's super easy. I'm, like, drinking my coffee. I don't really want to think too much in the morning. Who's with me? Nobody wants to think too much in the morning. And so I don't. So I just post a quote. Well, then I'm going to post a quote. I'm going to post my kudos. I'm going to post some sort of team sponsoring why I love being a presenter post. Then I'm going to do some sort of lifestyle post, maybe a team shout out of some sort. And then I'm also going to do, So I normally do about 2 lifestyle posts, a kudos post, a sponsoring post, and then a goal update. Another cool tip a lot of times I do is after every order that I get, so it's the same, somebody named Robin bought a kudos from you. Well, a lot of times I'll say thank you so much. Like, I'll do a shout out on my VIP, and I'll say thank you, Robin, so much for your order. We are now at whatever, 30% to whatever your goal is. So, like, every shout out, every thank you, that's one tip that I have for you. Is like, that's another way to kind of pump up posts in your VIP, but also to pump up your goal and, like, where you're at. And that helps people be like, oh gosh, well, she's 50% to her goal. Like, maybe I need to place an order and help her out. So that's super important, and that can really pump it up in your group, doing a thank you for every single person and getting them an update on where you are. So that is really it for our call tonight. So, like I said, setting goals. So you want to set your monthly goals. Should we do shout outs on personal page? I don't know. I've seen people do both. I'm not sure. Whitney, what do you think about that? I've seen both. I mean, I don't ever do my personal page. I do my VIP page, but I know people that do them on their personal. So I'm not really sure.
I had to figure out how to unmute myself. I do shout outs for rank advancements, and I do them for welcomes, because if you post something up and tag that person, it's going to show their market. So their market's going to see that this person started a business. They're, like, doing something. It's going to kind of, like, I'll get a bunch of likes on that kind of stuff from their market sometimes. And then for rank advancements, because I want my market, one, to see that I'm helping other women. Because if I have someone who's been watching me and they're thinking about joining, and if they can trust that they can sign up with me and I can help them move along and be successful in this business, that may motivate them more to sign up with me or you, because they're like, oh, if I sign up with this girl, she knows what she's doing, she can help me. And it's going to help your new presenter to feel really recognized. I mean, who in here likes to be recognized? I do. I like it. Everybody loves to feel, like, accomplished. We don't get that in corporate America. They don't give you, like, you don't get that. You do your job and they're like, okay, here's your crappy pay. Like, they don't do that for you. So I love that. And it's helping my girls market to see that she's also moving along in her business. So it's going to help her too.
And I don't think it has to be anything big either. Like, your
No.
girl doesn't have to hit blue to, like, you do a shout out.
No.
They can hit fast star, or they can make their first sale, or they can do anything. I mean, honestly, it doesn't have to be big. It can be so small, I guess, in our, whatever. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be some, like, huge whatever. I think it's so important to accomplish, like, every little milestone. So, like, I really have already been keeping people updated on my team goal, like, for the month, like orange, or whatever. Like, we're going for orange. And so that's been super important to me, like, keeping that updated, like, that's exciting. Like, creating excitement around something, whatever your team's doing. So, like I said, it can be super small. Like, you, like, a good post tonight, like, you could literally take a screenshot of us doing this meeting tonight and, like, play up how much you love, like, team calls with your team and, like, how much the support is and how these girls really support you and want you to succeed. Like, there you go. You got to post. Like, play up the small things because that's truly what it's about. Exactly. See, look at Kim over here. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, take your post. Like, make your selfie. Like, take your screenshot. Like, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. It can be anything. Today, like, I was literally just doodling in my notebook because I was trying to plan out what I wanted to tell you guys and what I wanted to share. And so, like, I took a post of me doing that. Whatever it is, I think that, like, we sometimes overthink the things that truly draw people in, and it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be anything that we have to overthink, like, you guys love this. Like, I think most of you really do love this, and it's fun, and just share what you love about it. I think that is what's so important, and I think sometimes we just overcomplicate it, because we just want to make it perfect, or we want it whatever. And my post today wasn't perfect. It wasn't long. It wasn't anything like that. I was just like, gosh, I love my team, and I love playing team calls for them, period. That's it. It was super duper easy. So, I just thought that was really important. So we talked about setting our monthly goals. We talked about hitting our weekly goals, breaking those down. We talked about pumping up those kudos, planning at the beginning of the month. What posts are you going to make about your kudos? What looks do you want to do? What lives do you want to do? All of that good stuff with your kudos. And then think about, like, what you're going to post about and just being super consistent about that, because I think that's super important every week to really just make sure you're posting about the things that you should be posting about. So that is really it. Let me see if I have any more questions. I made my selfie in the car before work. Girl, me neither. I always selfie. I'm about to start work. I'm going to be selfieing in the car too.
I was going to say really quick, I know a lot of you guys have, like, full-time jobs, and so you may not have a lot of time to, post a random spontaneous thing during the day. But think about these things during the week. I think we were talking about this earlier today. I'm in so many message groups, I can't think who saw this and who didn't. But so that everybody hears this, we were talking about this earlier, and we were saying, like, post, like, get you a calendar. It doesn't have to be fancy, but just, like, post your things that you are, like, write down the things that you want to say every single day. Like, okay, I want to make 5 posts today, and I want to hit, like, a financial post on Monday. On Wednesday, I want to do a team post. On Friday, I want to talk about how I took my husband out to dinner and paid for it with my unique card. Like, spread them out. Like, think about all the things you want to talk about throughout the week, and then all the middle ones, like Hayley already mentioned this, like, you want to create a brand for you, because that's what we do as a network marketer is, like, you're creating a following and a brand for you. So we're not all just unique. So if you're spamming people all day with unique, it's going to totally turn them away from you. So keep, I would say, like Hayley said, if you're going to post, like, 2 posts a day unique, do, like, a kudos or some kind of selfie or something like that with makeup, whatever you're using, a quote. I do that a lot. Like, I post up my makeup look with a quote. That works for me. An opportunity post. Those are my 2 unique posts every single day. And I rotate those out. One day I talk about finances. One day I talk about team. One day I talk about, like, the free trips I'm earning, stuff like that. Like, it can be the smallest things, and that's going to relate to somebody else. And just get you a calendar and write those things down. So if you got your 2 unique posts, you can already have those pre-planned out for your week. And then for your other 3, I got back into the gym this week. You know what? There's a lot of people out there that have fallen off the wagon. Hayley's involved in this too right now. I've seen it happen with her. Her freaking social media has blown the hell up this like past 3 weeks because she's posting about something different, and that's getting her in front of people's news feed, and that's making her like look like, okay, she's not just a unique salesperson. She's a real person. I can relate to her. Like, I do that too. I battle weight loss too. Like, I'm going to the keto diet too. Like, that gives people something to talk about with you. And I know we're running out of time, like less than a minute. So you post about your workouts. Like, I'm starting to do that again. Post about like your dogs, like 3 other things, non-unique, and make that a plan all throughout every single week. And if you need to write those things out ahead of time so that you can copy paste them, then do that. You just got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, even if you got a full-time job, I had a full-time job doing not this business, but another business before, and I made it work because this was a priority. Building my business was a priority, so you just got to do what you got to do. Cool.
Yep.
I think we're about out of time.
Bye, guys. I am so glad you got to tune in tonight. Super fun, and I hope you took something away from it. I hope you learned something. So anyway, I hope you all have a good night, and I'm excited to see y'all again. See y'all.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye. Hi.